Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to our best of 2022 special. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So, guys, been an interesting 2022. I should say for anybody tuning in, we have no idea what each other's lists are. We don't talk about it ahead of time, so we'll be discovering each other's picks the same time you guys are. So we do encourage you to put your picks in the chat, or if you're listening to this after the fact, then drop them in the comments. We're curious. It's always interesting to hear people's lists, and I kind of find in general this year it's all over the place. Yeah. So where do we start? Announcements. Skinamarink and Sick double feature review we did last night. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check it out. It was a fun show. And
I just want to say, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Fucking really shitty situation that happened. That guy's been in some of my favorite tag matches of all time. Never met the dude. But I almost was on the show with him once, which I was really excited about. But he didn't end up coming through with his brother. But yeah, sucks that guy is not here with us anymore. So rest in peace, and just thanks for the memories. And I hope all his family is okay too, because I know some of them were injured in the accident as well.
They were, but they're not. I don't think there's anything life-threatening, luckily.
It's extra shitty, too, because today or yesterday was his birthday, and next week is his brother's birthday. So my heart is, like, broken for them. So everything, all good vibes to them. That is terrible.
Yeah, and he's one of the few wrestlers, man. Like, you know, when you're in the wrestling business, a lot of the people that you grow up watching, you find out they're a piece of shit, or in their personal life. And he's one guy that just nobody has ever had a bad thing to say about. So it's unfortunate that we lost him. But his memories are out there, and he has some of the best tag team matches of all time. So honor his memory and go watch some Briscoe Brothers tag matches after the show tonight.
There you go.
Absolutely. 20 years of classics, so you can't go wrong. So, guys, where do we want to start tonight? We're going to talk a little bit about, of course, our top 10 favorites. We'll talk about the stuff we didn't like so much this year, or let us down. And we'll also talk a lot of honorable mentions, because I think most people would agree there was a lot of great horror movies, a lot more than 10, unfortunately. So making the list was making the list was pretty hard for me, honestly, because the upper part was going to stay the way it was, but towards 8 to 10, there was a lot of movies battling for those slots. So hopefully I'm sure we're going to have a little bit of the same movies in our list, but hopefully we have a diverse thing so you guys can get some of the best of this year.
I don't think they'll be in the same order though. Like this weird. Like a lot of things were good.
Yeah.
So,
this like looking at like just all the movies I watched from last year alone, like I'm like, God damn, this was such a banger of the year. So hopefully 2023 is similar. I know we got some big stuff coming out, but
I will say though, my number one has been number one since I seen it. So that's cool.
Mine has too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's start with the top 10 then, right? We'll go from 10 to 1.
Yeah, let's just go in rotation.
Dan?
Absolutely. So we'll count, 10 to 1. And so I'm going to say ahead of time, I think could be wrong, because like I said, I don't know what you're picking, but I'm going to say I think mine might be the darkest list, maybe. We'll see if that's the case or not. But my number 10 is not a particularly dark movie. It's actually a lot of fun. I believe we all love this one, so I don't think there'll be any controversy yet. But that is Deadstream from director Joseph and Vanessa Winters. And that was a Shudder original that I just thought was a lot of fun. I didn't have any particular expectations. It was just one of those Shudder movies, not the only Shudder movie on this list, that just I thought was a blast. and probably the lightest on my list. I'll say that right now. But I obsessed over 10 through 7. Everything else, it's like had to be on this list, and this one just made my 10. So my number 10 pick is Deadstream.
Yeah, I think all of us liked it other than me, but even after the like I was like more in the middle of the road. Yeah. But it is a fun watch if you're a found footage aficionado for sure. And their segment VHS what was it, VHS 99? Yeah, 99. Their segment, the Hell segment that they also did was amazing. So I forgave them after Deadstream, but yeah, check that one out, especially if you're a fan of Evil Dead. It's kind of like Evil Dead found footage style.
Yeah, that was
All right. My number 10. Actually, this was a different movie, but something snuck in and pushed everything down. So I'm sad that my original 10's not here, but we can mention that in honorable mentions.
Yeah.
But my number 10 is What Josiah Saw. It is fucking incredible. And I've seen it 3 times now, and I still think it's a monster. But I have more questions. It's just just watch that shit. It's good.
Yeah, definitely one of those movies that keeps you guessing on what is actually happening and what's not inside the person's head.
Yeah,
I feel like What Josiah Saw is definitely one of the ones that's not being talked about enough. Also, another Shudder original.
I think it'll find its audience, but it's disturbing as hell. Some people probably be way too uncomfortable to continue.
After a Deadstream, it's not going to get very light and fluffy on my end. So,
all right. So for me, my number 10, like I said, this was a really, really hard spot to pick because there was literally like 5 movies in a battle royal trying to battle it out for the spot. But I would feel weird if I didn't have this movie on the list, so I had to give it number 10, and that's Mad God. Phil Tippett's nightmare into his crazy mind. That movie it does have its issues, and there's things that I don't like about it, especially once we get out of the realm of the stop motion stuff. But the stop motion animation and just the visuals alone, that movie is absolutely incredible. And I think it's going to be something that we're going to be talking about for years to come, especially considering all the stop motion work, the fact that it was a movie that was like 30 years in the making, that Phil was just kind of slowly working on as a side project, and everything he put into that thing. I love that movie. Really, really awesome if you're into stop motion as well, because we don't ever get like stop motion horror like stop motion and horror blended together. I can't even remember the last time we had it done right. So this was definitely a treat for me. So Mad God, my number 10.
Yeah. You won't get many, if anything, like Mad God.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Good year for stop motion too. Not horror, but I mean, we even got Pinocchio out this year. God. So the fact that there's kind of like a little bit, not a big one, but a little resurgence of stop motion coming back. Just it does my heart good as a big Harryhausen, Willis O'Brien fan.
Shout out to Brett Piper, the indie director. He still keeps that tradition alive as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I might have the most softy and fluffiest of all number 10s of the list, probably in general. Now, the fact that I watched this 3 times, it had to make my list, and that would be Spirit Halloween, the movie.
Holy I'm glad someone put it there, because that was my number 10 for the longest time. It's so fucking great.
All right, Dan, what's your number 9?
My number 9, another Shudder surprise. And it is a family film of sorts, because it's directed by 3 family members, and that is Hellbender. Hellbender is a coming-of-age witch film that I thought was super unique. Another one, no expectations. You hear it directed by a family. Maybe this isn't so great.
We saw Amityville one directed by the family.
We did, yes. There's Hell Deadstream too, directed by a couple. So it's a theme so far on the list. But Hellbender I thought was really, really good. and it not for everybody, and it's probably, I believe, yeah, definitely, I think the lowest budget film on my list. But I thought that was a very pleasant surprise from earlier in the year, and I liked it a lot.
Sweet. Well, my number 9 is what bumped out Spirit Halloween and made everything move down a little bit, and it was Soft and Quiet. That subject matter, hard as fuck. Even though they didn't stick the landing, I gotta give it props. It was way too taboo and like, I don't know, it hit me right. So
yeah,
Soft
you don't get movies dealing with that subject matter that often anymore, and not ones that aren't afraid to not be PC about it. So
yeah. And puss it off the end though. So that's my only demerit, but I can choose to turn it off just before. So what about you, Kruger?
All right, so my number 9, and this was hard because I also really liked the sequel to this movie a lot, and it almost made my number 10. But my number 9 is X. I the first time I watched it, I liked it a lot, but I wasn't in love with it. But then after a couple of more rewatches, it really just started to grow on me, and it feels like an awesome love letter to Tobe Hooper and some of his awesome slasher movies that he made towards the end of the 70s, and also Texas Chainsaw Massacre thrown in there as well. But
Eaten Alive,
yeah, a nice blend of Texas Chainsaw, Eaten Alive with old people fucking. So
real quick, did you see Pitt and Raymond spent the night at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station yesterday?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty rad. Yeah, I think X for sure is on a lot of people's list, and can't wait for Maxine, because both X and Pearl I think were phenomenal and definitely 2 highlights of this year.
All right. Dan, don't make me mute you. My number 9 is the 2022 Netflix original, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Brother,
I watched it 4 times at least this year.
Dude, I watched that movie fucking like 8 times, and I wanted it on my list so fucking bad, but I couldn't keep it on there with all the great movies that we saw afterwards.
I get that. There's a lot of picking like what you want to watch again. It's more than just like these are the 10 best movies of the year, because there has to be some kind of connection for you. And I get that. Like there's some movies I love that aren't in my top 10 from the year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Texas.
I'm not apologizing for anything I pick.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw 2022 was definitely it was my number 1 of the year for
I remember.
I don't know how, almost this whole goddamn year, but after revising this and just looking, like it couldn't really compare to anything else I had. But I do love that movie. Also a movie that I watched after some of the worst shit has ever happened to me, and it gave me a lot of comfort. So definitely props to that one.
It's not my most hated movie of the year by far. So
what a raving review.
I said something nice. So yeah,
Gold
we're
star.
on number 8, right?
Yes, sir.
Shouldn't lose track this early. All right. So my number 8 pick, I think our first crossover so far that we both have. And that is What Josiah Saw from director Vincent Grashaw. I love this movie. It's just nasty, feel bad horror with really fucked up reveals. It doesn't rely on jump scares, which probably partially why a lot of people haven't embraced it. It's just a really good movie. Robert Patrick's best work in a long time, among his best work, period, as far as I'm concerned. And absolutely belongs on this list. So that is my number 8.
All right.
Yeah.
Pugs.
Fuck, I didn't write down where it was from. Oh well. Number 8. Some Like It Rare. It combines nastiness and comedy gold for me. Like this is just comfort food for me. I absolutely adore this movie. I can't wait to watch it again. I've only seen it. No, I take it back. I did see it twice. I showed Evil Ed. I showed somebody. They loved it too. Whoever I fucking showed it with. But Some Like It Rare. Dan, do you remember where that's from?
That was a French film.
The French? Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you. So yeah, go see. The French still kick ass in horror.
There was a year for cannibal films, so we had a lot of cannibal stuff
for
this
sure.
year.
Yeah.
Bones and All, Feed Me, a lot of cannibal stuff this year.
Yeah, I'm with you. Some Like It Rare is one of my favorites this year too. Almost made my list. So we're at number 8. Number 8 for me is Glorious.
Yeah. All right.
Man, just again, another movie. I was going through such a rough time, and that came out, and it just kind of snapped me back into realizing why I loved horror movies, and it reignited my love for Lovecraftian horror. So yeah, I Glorious, just everything about it, it feels like a movie that would have been made 20 years ago too, and the lead was great. What's his name? J.K. Simmons playing the entity that's in the glory hole. He was amazing. The comedy, great blend of comedy, Lovecraftian gods, and just insanity, and a nice descent to madness by the end of the movie. So Glorious had to make my list because it brought me also back to like the heyday of Stuart Gordon and Brian Yuzna Lovecraft films. So
I think if we interviewed J.K. Simmons, I'd just like to ask like his first reaction when his agent brought him the script.
Yeah,
like, wait, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah, so definitely, and that's another Shudder one. So if you haven't checked out Glorious, go check it out on Shudder.
Yep, coming to Blu-ray too.
All right.
Nope.
All right. Well, Pugs didn't like that one.
Doesn't like glory holes. Cosmic glory holes. Pugs is out.
Well, me. I am cover for me, Dan.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Glorious. Also, Ryan Quanten. He's done a lot of good stuff post True Blood. I thought he was really good in that movie as well.
Yeah, I liked his character a lot, and also like the way the story plays out, where you're really feeling for him hardcore, but then there's a reveal, and you're just like, "Fuck, I've been feeling for this piece of shit this whole time. God damn it!" Yeah,
it made me like him more.
Yeah, for sure. That twist is amazing, and I'm looking forward to see what Rebecca McKendry is going to do next.
Love her.
Absolutely.
All right. Mine is I don't know. I might be the only one who has this one on the list, but I really like this from earlier this year, and that is Watcher.
Oh yeah.
From Chloe Akuno.
Yeah,
I wasn't on that episode, but yeah, that's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah, nice love letter to Hitchcock.
Yeah. That's probably why it stuck so well with me.
Oh, dude, watching that as a double with Rear Window would be amazing.
Yeah.
Also, he's the offer. There's some crossover from there, so fuck yeah.
Dan, number 7. Right?
All right,
number
7. Number 7. So my number 7 theatrical film, I believe wide release, if I remember right, and probably the best wider release horror film that I saw in the theater this year. And sadly, I think one of the more underseen films. I think there's been a lot of mediocre stuff highlighted that's been in the theater. And it is The Cursed from writer-director Sean Ellis. It's a UK werewolf film, originally known as 8 for Silver, which was changed to The Cursed to confuse people with the million cursed films out there.
Yeah, right.
I love this movie.
It wasn't a wide release, by the way. It was just
wide-ish. Yeah, I knew it wasn't super wide.
It wasn't a wide release.
Okay, wider than anything else on my list, I believe.
Okay.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't have a lot of big theatrical releases on my list. So, yeah. But I think this one, it is underseen. I think it's a fantastic werewolf movie. And how many great werewolf movies are there, really? It's not a massive list for
I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you need to.
I like what they did with the werewolf too. Not your just typical, wolf looking werewolf. It was like almost like a cat like creature, and it was like hairless and stuff, and some awesome practical effects in that thing too. So yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely
that was a good time
movie.
at the movies. I wish more people embraced this one, but yeah, if you're starving for a good werewolf movie, and it is a little different too, but it's really just excellent. You should check this out. Yeah,
Is it
great
streaming
movie.
anywhere right now, or is it just for sale?
I'm unaware, but it is on Blu-ray DVD.
Okay.
Dan doesn't like streaming. Come on.
Well, not if I own it physically. It probably is.
It looks
I
like
wanted-
it's streaming on Hulu right now.
Okay,
Perfect. I'll
There you
check it
go.
out.
All right.
So my number 7, and I'm sure it will get its dick massively sucked later too. The Sadness. I don't really need to say anything about it. If you've seen it, you know exactly why I like this shit. It is fucking brutal.
Yeah, the closest thing we probably will ever get to a crossed adaptation. So I'm with you.
Fingers crossed. Amazon, make it a show. I want a cross show
Oh
from those guys.
God.
They would fucking kill it.
I want to throw it out there though. A dolphin does not get fucked in The
Spoilers.
Sadness, so it's not a major plot point that the dolphin.
An eye hole does though. So
An eye hole does, yes. Sadness too. Dolphin.
They threatened us with a good time with an infant, but that didn't take place either. So if you're sensitive with that bullshit, it's fine.
All right,
Mr. Gruber?
7.
So
Siete.
my number 7, and I'm sure some people will give me shit for this one, but I really don't care. This movie connected with me on another level, especially due to the subject matter of dealing with grief after somebody committed suicide that was your partner, and that is Men. I love Men. I
won't clip that out.
yeah,
I
yeah,
promise I won't.
Okay, but yeah, I loved Men. I thought the acting was great, the cinematography, and just the feel throughout the whole movie, and the horrible grief that we see our character go through when she's stuck in a situation to where her ex killed himself or may or may not have, that it's kind of up in the air. But having to deal with a situation like that, if you've ever been in, a rough situation that's similar, it's fucking horrific and horrible. And there hasn't been a movie that has connected with me on that subject matter ever that I've seen. And it hit it home. And then to even put the cherry on top with that final act with the disgusting birthing scene that we saw. That's something out of the nightmares of David Cronenberg. So I had to give it props. And, I love Alex Garland. Anything that he does for, the rest of the time, I'm sure I'm going to, be a fan of. But this, I think, was one of his best. And I feel like a lot of people, they look at it as a movie that's super woke and stuff, but I kind of have a different opinion on it. I think it's just due to all the trauma the character had went through. That's why she's seeing everybody in the light that she's seeing, and it is a feminist angle, but I thought it was very well done. So Men is my number 7.
Fuck yeah.
I wasn't laughing at you, Kruger. I was laughing at a comment I'm not bringing up.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Who doesn't? Remember the Simpsons episode?
All right. Well, mine was one. It's like I wasn't going to put both of them on here. I didn't want to do a tie, so I was only doing X or Pearl. I didn't want to put both up. I didn't want two to take them up. And like I said, tie is not really a thing we really do. So out of the two, I think Pearl is the one I'm going with. That monologue alone, it's hard to beat.
Also a lot of colors, and I know you like your
Yeah,
colors.
I do.
It's a very fucking pretty movie. I like the movie a lot too.
So I was going back and forth on those two, but yeah, I got to go with Pearl.
I would agree. Pearl is better than X.
There's an argument for both.
Yeah, not for me personally, just because I'm a gore hound, and Pearl doesn't deliver on the gore that X did, but they're both amazing. And Pearl also, I was talking to somebody the other day. It kind of seems like it's almost a love letter to early slashers in the 60s and also early 70s with like Deranged and stuff. So it's nice to see Ty West kind of throw some of these slashers that I just grew up loving and throw some inspiration into his movies with them.
I like X a lot. I think on rewatches it falls a little bit more. I think Pearl for me just But who knows? Maybe Maxine. I think Maxine will end up being totally different than
Mia-
either one of them.
Mia Goth did say that Maxine is her favorite script out of the three. So
yeah, I am
80s
curious.
and porn. Yeah, I think Dan is going to love that one. See, I just want a fourth one so we can get the 90s too. Come on.
Yeah.
We can do what a decade. Who's up? Dan?
Dan. Number
It
6,
is-
right?
Okay, yeah, it is me. Let's see. Number 6 for me is this is tough. At this point, like, honest to God, any one of these could be the best horror movie of the year. I'd say several of them are probably on a lot of your best horror lists of the year. But my number 6 is the Finnish horror film Hatching from director Hanna Bergholm. This one is just fantastic. I had the pleasure of seeing it in the theater, which I'm really glad I did. And top to bottom, just so much going on in this movie. It is a creature feature of sorts, but there's so much more to it. If you go back and watch our review, just wow. And if you haven't checked it out, please do. The Hatching is one you definitely don't want to miss this year. Great performance from the mom. Everybody was just perfect in The Hatching. And what a year that's only my number 6.
Right
That was a
on.
great film.
My number 6, unapologetically, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I
fuck
don't give
yeah.
a fuck. That shit rules. That makes me happy. The very end, especially, and the bus. Come on.
Dude, one of the best endings to a horror movie ever, because like it has you so angry. You're just
Yeah.
like, are you fucking kidding me? This movie's been so rad, and then you give me that end, and then fucking Leatherface pulls that bitch out of the car and cuts her head off.
Hold my
Fucking
barbecue
amazing.
sauce. We're not done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we get sequels to it with the same Leatherface in the future. I know there was talks about it, but give me a sequel with Bill Moseley as old Chop Top, and I will be so happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Kruger, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is the same as Dan's, and that is Hatching.
Nice.
I loved Hatching. I thought amazing creature effects. That animatronic of the bird creature was super creepy, and the movie just in general showing how kids deal with childhood, growing up around a lot of trauma and fucked up parents, and definitely hit all the right bells and whistles for me.
Yeah,
So,
the pressures of living up to parental expectations.
Yep.
Also, the pretend lives that people have on social media, because you really have no idea if you know.
You should see Dan in real life.
If you know somebody on Facebook, you may think you have no fucking idea. I've seen it through different divorces over the pandemic period. It's insane. There's a lot going on in Hatching. I think it's one that I haven't met anybody that hasn't liked Hatching, which is rare. If you dislike it, throw it out in the chat. But I think everybody that's watched that I know of loved that movie.
I think there's something for everyone.
And if you haven't seen it, it's another one that is on Hulu. So make sure you check it out, because it is pretty fucking good. Where did that movie come from, by the way?
Finland. It's a
Finland.
Finnish horror movie, yeah.
All right. So my number 6 is my first foreign film from South Korea, Midnight, with our serial killer chasing the deaf woman. Yeah, I really like that one.
Him going full T-1000, fucking sprinting out. Dude, yeah, that for a movie about a killer that really doesn't have a lot of kills or a lot of gore, I loved it too. And that monologue the one girl has at the end of the movie literally made me tear up, because it was just like, fuck, all she wants to do is spend time with her deaf mom, and just live her life. And this killer is not going to give a shit at all what she's saying. Great movie.
That's also, I think, Midnight's like one of those early ones we did this year.
It was. I think it came out around February or maybe March.
And It is streaming pretty much. I think that's one everywhere. I know it's free on Vudu with commercials, but I think I want to say it's a few other places too.
Definitely worth checking out, seeking out.
Absolutely. So what are we at? We had the top 5.
Top 5.
Not a lot of crossover so far.
No.
Not a ton, little bit, but yeah, I had a feeling. I wasn't totally sure. Todd, I think you're the hardest to guess. You're the hardest to predict.
I know my number one.
All right. So number 5. My number 5 pick is one that I absolutely loved. And again, it could be the number 1 pick on a different year, but it is Resurrection from writer-director Andrew Siemens and Rebecca Hall. That's probably how you say it. Simmons.
I know. We're all trying to be grown-ups, but it's
Resurrection, I thought was just amazing. Rebecca Hall, it doesn't get any better. I need to get Rebecca Hall and Toni Collette in a movie together, a horror movie together, and
they can just be talking to each other. I'm fucking in.
dude, like, even if it's not in the horror genre, I will go out of my way to watch a Rebecca Hall.
Put them in an AA meeting. They're sponsors just at a coffee shop talking stories.
Yeah, there you go. They're amazing. Resurrection, also maybe the best villain performance of the year with it is I think that is a store, isn't it? Or like a yeah,
store in your chin.
Rebecca Hall. Go fuck yourself, Todd. So yes, I thought it was just a fantastic movie. Tim Roth, holy shit, what an evil fucking bastard.
Yeah.
In Resurrection.
He knows how to keep chicks in line.
He was just chilling.
He's old school.
Right? He's who Andrew Tate looked up to.
He is.
Oh, is that too far?
I don't even know what he did, so I don't know. He is an absolutely amazing actor. I'd like to see him in even more genre stuff. Oh, he was in the Funny Games remake. But yeah, I'm shocked that it's, again, only number 5, but it just, we're getting to some elite titles for me anyways right now. Resurrection, check it out if you haven't. It's chilling as fuck.
Hell yeah. For me, my number 5, we all know that I like metal music, and these people included it a lot in their film, and it is The Retaliators. It's just a fun story. A father seeking revenge, and it's just hits all the primal notes of caring about somebody, and then it just throws in some metal music. So yeah, The Retaliators, number 5 for me.
Also, $12.99 on Blu-ray for pre-order.
Yes, deal. On Amazon, on Walmart. Yeah,
pre-ordered already.
Comes out next month.
And I already bought it digitally, but
yeah, it was on.
I gotta support those guys. Those guys were actually really nice too. So
we gotta have them back on. Good.
Check out our interview with the Gear Brothers. I thought they were awesome to talk to, just in general, about movies.
Yeah, we'll probably have them back on just to talk generally about some movies.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so my number 5 is The Sadness. I thought it was great. It doesn't go as hard as necessarily I wanted it to in certain aspects, but as a whole, I mean, just the gore, the effects, everything about it is awesome. Having that type of zombie, I think, is scarier than your traditional, brain dead zombie that wants to eat your flesh. The fact that these zombies are, snuggling and doing all types of heinous things, smashing people's smashing people's nuts into poles, and it's a fucked up good time. And I loved it. And it's been sitting high on my list since I watched it, and I knew it probably wasn't ever gonna go past the number 5 mark. So number 5, The Sadness. And let's get a sequel.
Yes.
Well, my number 5, it's the first one that I've doubled with anyone.
Okay.
And it's the first one I've tripled with anything. I'm also The Sadness.
Hey.
Nice.
There you go. So
definitely Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to throw it to you. So I was just going to say, Dan, number 4.
Number 4. All right. So this was another just shocker. It's amazing how good this was. And it is a Norwegian film, The Innocents, from writer-director Eskil Vogt. And The Innocents is just fantastic. It's I suppose you could call it a superhero origin story of sorts, or
You don't have to use that dirty word, Dan. It's okay.
Well, it's actually good though.
There you go.
Unlike a Brightburn or something like that always left me
Brightburn's
cold.
awesome. Fuck off.
I'm with Dan on
not
Brightburn.
awful,
Yeah, you
but
guys are crazy.
it's so overrated.
Does
That
anyone
movie-
throw a wrench? No, I don't care.
The Innocents?
I'm gonna throw a wrench at both of your fucking heads.
The Innocents is
Shut up, crime.
excellent. I believe friend of the show, Piz. I think that was on his list too, if I'm not mistaken. The Innocents is just
Yeah, it was a good film.
must see. Really chilling performances from the kids in that too. A cast of kids essentially, and nobody sucks, and they all bring their A game, and it is just such a good movie. So shout out Norwegian horror, Finnish horror. It wasn't all foreign horror for my list, surprisingly enough.
No,
I thought it might be at one point this year, but yeah, The Innocents, check it out.
All right. My number 4.
There you go, Ben. Brightburn is my top 3 superhero kid killer movies.
How specific?
I know. What's number 1?
Yeah. My number 4, I believe I referred to it as being as good as a blowjob. So it is Terrifier 2. That movie, there's one scene in particular that is the blowjob. So I'm sure most of you have fucking seen it anyway, but yeah, see it again. Support that shit and get ready for number 3.
Yeah, Allie's death. Definitely my favorite kill of all fucking year. My number 4 is Crimes of the Future, which I know a lot of people weren't really big on that movie, and maybe partly why it's so high on my list is because it is my first Cronenberg movie that I got to see in theaters. But yeah, I really love the neo-noir type angle that they took with it. All the fucked up body modifications. You know, you had the ear man doing his crazy dance with his ears, stitched all over him, and shocking ending, great acting all around, and one of probably the best vegan horror that I've ever seen, because I would consider it that with the subject matter of the people eating plastic and finding a new source of food in I think almost a post-apocalyptic world. So yeah, Crimes of the Future. Love that. Can't wait for the 4K to come out this month so I can rewatch it.
It's also streaming on HBO Max right now, I think, if you don't want to wait for the 4K.
I thought that was Hulu that had it.
It might be a both one. There's some that are on both.
I could have sworn I saw it.
For which one?
Crimes
HBO
of the Future.
Oh, okay. I'm not showing that one.
Yeah.
Well, Pugs work the head. I'll work the shaft. I'm also Terrifier 2 for my 4th spot.
Cool.
I left the balls for you, Kruger.
Yeah, one thing.
Swallow the gravy.
Honestly, with Terrifier 2, whether you like the movie or not, I do have to say, what a story. You know, we start out with a roughly $30,000 budget movie to a $200-some thousand budget movie, and now it's one of the great success stories of 2022. I just find that amazing. You don't need a $300 million budget to really make one hell of a splash at the theater.
It's probably the greatest success story theatrically since maybe Blair Witch. Maybe there's a couple after, but
Congratulations to the entire cast and crew.
Yeah. Well, and I also just think, like, personally for us, it was just so awesome because we got the screener back in early September, and we got to see it before it had all the hype and all the craziness with the theaters. But even watching it back then, I knew it was going to be something special. And then to see all of that stuff organically happen, people puking and passing out and ambulances being called to movie theaters, you don't get that every day. So, yeah.
Dude, I still hate people, but I am so proud of everybody going out and supporting it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So there may be some hope for humanity. I bought Terrifier 2 on VHS. Brian Trash. Fuck yeah.
Good shit.
All right, number 3. We're getting down to it.
Top 3.
All right, so my number 3 comes from an area not known for horror at all, and that is Senegal. And the film is Saloum from writer-director Jean-Luc Herbolo. This movie, maybe the best cast in a movie I saw this year. I just think they were so memorable. I almost felt like this could be like a graphic novel adaptation. This is a crime film turned supernatural horror film. It is just so good. And I sound like a broken record, but this one was definitely the biggest surprise for me of 2022. I just thought this movie was just amazing. Another one, Saloum, and I should say Saloum if you're looking for it. It is also on Shudder. More from different regions. Like, I knew next to nothing about the culture, which also I think made the movie so interesting. It's such just a rich, interesting culture, and where they shot it. I mean, just so beautiful, which with how dark it gets, it kind of really, man, see Saloum. It kind of a very different movie, but it almost reminded me of like a From Dusk Till Dawn Tarantino. Shudder Zombie.
You can stream it on Shudder. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know any. I hope it gets a physical media release, but I don't know yet. Hopefully, even just a DVD. I will support it and I will buy the DVD. But Saloum, by far, one of the great horror movies of 2022. Check it out.
Right on. Well, my number 3 is also a foreign film. I just can't. I want to say Danish, but that might be wrong. Speak No Evil. Just watch. How do I fucking? I don't want to spoil anything, but that ending is amazing, and like everything that leads up to that is just so frustrating, and you want to like jump in and say something, but I can't because I'm not in the fucking movie. But it is incredible, and I highly recommend it. And it's
not unrealistic though. Like, that's the thing about that movie. I know a lot of people hated it for that reason. Like, nobody would do that.
How is that unreal? Okay.
Not for me. I'm just saying.
There's a
I know
whole
that was
industry, underground industry about that shit. So that's stupid. But yeah, speaking of evil, what about you, Kruger?
My number 3 is Resurrection. I love that movie. Tim Roth is one of my favorite actors of all time. And him telling Rebecca Hall that he has her baby inside his stomach is gonna haunt my dreams for years to come. So amazing movie, and definitely one of the best of the year for me.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Now my top 3 have constantly, changed orders. All right. This one will be on brand. Mine is from director Chris LaMartina. Jeez,
LaMartina.
Thank you. And that is the Out There Halloween mega tape. I love that thing. I watch it so many times. For those who don't know, it's the WNFU follow-up special, but it's set in the 90s.
This is on brand, Todd.
Yeah, I love that one. It's great. As much as I like the first one, I prefer this one. So yeah, my number 3 is Out There Halloween mega tape.
That needs a Blu-ray.
Hopefully we'll have the similar situation with the last one.
Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome may be a sub-label. I'm sure you will. I know a lot of people wanted a Blu-ray of that.
Yeah, I couldn't wait though, and I'm really glad I didn't.
Absolutely. All right, so I have switched back and forth on my number 1 and number 2. It is very, very difficult. But I'm going to just say I'm not going to do a tie, but it's probably damn close to a tie. But number 2, the Spanish horror film that I saw, one of the early ones. This came out in January, so it's basically been a year now, and it hasn't
left
left
this whole time, dude. Hell yeah, good job.
It hasn't left my head since I saw it. It's an amazing film. I watched it again just recently, and that is The Wasteland from writer-director David Casademont, and it is also known as El Paramo. It's on Netflix. Maybe the greatest original horror film I've seen on Netflix in ages. I believe it's a Netflix original. Wow. I don't understand why this isn't on more lists, quite honestly. I guess it's just a matter of not enough people seeing it, but The Wasteland is a classic, an all-time classic. And it tells you how good number one is, in my opinion, because I thought, no way. I thought this sealed it even in January. I was like, I cannot imagine I will have anything unseat this. More people need to see it, man. Check out The Wasteland on Netflix. It should come up under The Wasteland, but El Paramo is the Spanish title. This is just classic folk horror. It is scary. The performances are amazing. It's just mythic, and just what a movie. What a gut punch. Check it out. That is my second pick.
All right. Number 2 for me has been mentioned here a couple of times. As Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth, Resurrection. And this was sitting at the top the entire time until I saw one other movie in particular, which is coming up next. But yeah, Resurrection, if you haven't been sold by now, you're dumb. Go watch it.
All right. So my number 2, and I'm sure people are going to give me shit for this because it's not necessarily a horror movie, but
you say that till I say one.
Yeah. Well, but my number 2 is Violent Night. I just we had to have a conversation about this beforehand if we were going to count it or not. You guys said we would. So
no, mine was on my list. It came out like the last cut. It didn't make it.
So Violent Night, my second favorite movie I've seen in theaters all year. Everything about it, this Santa that has this amazing backstory, being sick of fucking Christmas and sick of these greedy kids, but goddamn does one touch his heart, and he goes in and completely massacres a army of people that are performing a home invasion. I love the movie. The kills were great, and it was heartfelt as hell. David Harbour playing the Santa, he's one of my favorite on-screen Santas I think we've ever gotten. John Leguizamo playing, the Scrooge character, he was amazing as well. And that chimney kill at the end of the movie will stick in my head till the end of time. Just one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen in a Christmas movie, and the fact that it had the spirit of a family film, but was unapologetic with the violence and the gore is probably why I loved it so much. And yeah, that's my number 2, Violent Night.
Great time.
Fuck yeah.
My number 2, and this is one that, like others, like I thought was going to be my number 1 until I really sat and thought about it. But that would be Barbarian from earlier this year. Yeah, I really did like it from the first time I saw it. And yeah, it's been good, multiple repeated viewings. So
I really want them to continue like X and Pearl. Like, let's get Barbary so we can get Homeboy doing his thing, and then whatever else later. Be badass.
All right, well, here we go. Do we want to, before we hit number 1, is there anything else?
No, it's number 1, and then we'll do honorable mentions after, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of honorable mentions, I think, because and we'll talk also worst/overrated.
I'd rather not.
Yeah,
we can.
I've got something to name.
We know, Dan. You're just gonna make everyone mad.
I don't think it's necessarily.
Just say,
let's not bring this energy until after number 1.
Just say end the Bloomhouse, and that's all you got to do. That's how you end it.
It's not actually all. It's not all Bloomhouse. Okay. But number 1.
Dan. Speaking of Bloomhouse,
the great. Wouldn't count on it.
Halloween Ends.
One of us might have a number 1 Blumhouse title.
I do not have brain damage, and I'm not turning heel. I'm sorry. So my number 1 pick, greatest horror movie of the year. Like I said, between 1 and 2, I obsessed with it up until I read the damn thing. But number one for me, also classic folk horror. It's the Dutch horror film from writer-director Nico van den Brink, Moloch. I thought Moloch, best ending, I think, of the year. I thought the ending was absolutely chilling. I think it is just what a horror movie. Also, underseen, not to the level of The Wasteland, sadly. I know a lot of people like this that watched it based off of our review and said, like, yeah, I was a little surprised. Because folk horror is not for everybody. I know it's not Todd's favorite thing, but I found that one tends to win people over. I just think it's an all-time classic horror movie. Like, honestly, at least the top 6 or 7 on my list, I would consider them all-time classics, and everybody should check it out. Check out our review as well for more specifics. That is also on Shudder. Kind of seeing a theme here. Support Shudder.
I support that. Shudder's the shit.
Yeah.
For me, my number one, and I felt it as I was watching it, Feed Me. That's just that movie was made specifically for me. Like, we have cannibalism, gore, violence, and comedy. I'm laughing
out on DVD right now at Walmart for $10. Great deal.
And you can go check out our interview.
Yes, and they were gracious enough to come and talk to. Oh, I was there for a little bit. Just go seek it out. It's fucking fantastic, and yeah, he did it first. So feed me.
All right, I kind of know what Kruger's is, but I'm going to say Kruger.
Yeah, there's no tipping.
Time for the balls.
Yeah, Terrifier 2, man. If there was ever a movie that was made for me, it was Terrifier 2. I think it's honestly one of my favorite sequels of all time, and I rank it very highly as a slasher aficionado. That is my favorite subgenre of horror. I rank it so highly up there. So I loved everything about Terrifier 2. The kills, the introduction to Sienna and her brother. I think she's one of the best final girls that we've gotten in recent years. David Howard Thornton's performance, everything about that movie. And probably what I love the most about it is it just oozes Halloween from start to finish. And it's one that I'm going to be revisiting probably every October till I die. So Terrifier 2, also can't be happier for the success of that movie either. I know we kind of touched upon it before, but the fact that this movie made so much money and it just got so much publicity for being a nasty, unapologetic almost 2.5 hour roller coaster ride into a slasher world. Great stuff. And I can't wait for Terrifier 3. I know Damian Leone is already talking about just how Terrifier 3 he's gonna try to make it the creepiest out of all of them and encompass what the original Terrifier short that we saw in All Hallows Eve did, which it really focused on Art just being a really creepy motherfucker and like a uneasy atmosphere around him too. So I can't wait to see what he does with it. And I can't praise Terrifier 2 enough.
After the after credits scene, I am kind of curious to see where they go with it.
I'm hoping for like a Harley Quinn and Joker duo going on. I think that would be really, really fun with Art and Vicky. But whatever they do, I think they're going to kill it. And I know a lot of people are going to be hyped to see it. So let's make it break another 14 mil.
And hopefully keep it under 2.5 hours. I know we all rolled our eyes when we found out the runtime, but I was okay with it.
I don't give dude. I could, if that movie was 5 hours long, as long as it kept up the pace between the stories and the kills. That's why I love it so much. I thought the pacing was really well done, and I never was bored with it for being a almost 2.5 hour long movie. So
right now.
All right, Todd.
Todd's jonesing.
Are you guys ready to hear what my favorite film of 2022 was?
If it's bitch ass, I'm taking off.
It is 2 words. If anyone wants to get...
I do like that movie, but don't be crazy.
I had an idea of one thing you might pick, but then I was like, nah, I don't think it'd be number one. You
No,
shocked us. What was?
We're good.
What? Pugs froze.
Am I good?
Oh, I
what?
wasn't sure if that was him or me.
No,
We're good.
we're good. You're good.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Good.
I heard it.
Well, now we're gonna have to check the feed.
Yeah.
All right.
What was it? I missed it though.
I don't know what happened.
Oh,
there. I
okay,
have
cool.
no idea.
See if I can make Dan have a stroke.
If you say
It's not-
Halloween ends, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Well, that's what
not
I assumed it was.
It's not Halloween Ends.
He's not. Okay.
Oh.
There's no way.
Did you think it was gonna be, or
not? No.
You still have some.
Even you're
brains,
not
though.
that crazy.
You still have some.
all right?
brains.
And when I say it, it's gonna be just like that Shakespeare shitstorm year. You should have known it. My number one pick of 2022 is Spooky Dookie.
Look at it. Yeah, that's on brand.
I had a lot of fun. I can't put it in my top 10, but that was a very fun movie. Met the director actually at Scarefest. So, well, there you go.
In the house.
Todd's best horror movie of the year. I'm just gonna say
No. My
It's
favorite horror movie film.
favorite horror movie of the year. I'm gonna say he is obligated. If that gets a 4K, I think he's got to put Todd Loya favorite horror movie of the year. Spooky Dookie.
I'll say best horror film of the year, so you can use that quote. There you go.
Well, I'm gonna say our top 10s, probably the most unique of any horror podcast. I think this was just all over the fucking place.
Ben bought Spooky Dookies on our recommendation.
Y'all's
believe,
recommendation.
Chris did as well. I don't know if he
Did it make your top 10 though, Ben?
He did
It
put
not.
his-
We saw
he
you.
did
He's
put
gonna
his
be
top
super
10
specific. It is my top 10 of the anthology. Goofy.
Like Ozzy does his intro. Wait, here, let's pull up Ben's list. All right, there we go.
Okay. Ben Grimm in order. 10, Barbarian. X. Number 9, X. Number 8, Resurrection. Am I doing this right?
No, you're doing it wrong. He said in order 1 to 10.
1 through 10. Okay, my bad.
Barbarians 1.
Barbarians 1, X is number 2, Resurrection number 3, number 4 is Terrifier 2, number 5 is Deadstream, number 6 is Pearl, number 7 is Fresh, which is great. Number 8, Adult Swim Yule Log. Number 9, Barn 2, and number 10, Orphan First Kill.
I will say I knew it wasn't going to make my list. I liked the movie, just I knew it wasn't going to make my list. I thought for sure all of you were going to have Fresh on your list.
It did.
I didn't even
It
like
was
it.
on there.
You did?
I loved it.
It was towards the end, but it didn't make the cut.
Okay. We watch a lot of movies.
It's great. It's not even in my honorable mention, but I would recommend checking it out if you haven't
A
seen
lot better than I was expecting it to be. That was one I was like, oh, shit, I guess we have to. And then I was like, oh, I liked it. So I was not expecting that. But Todd, Spooky Dookie, you have broken the YouTube on that one. That is, yeah. Thumbs up. I'm not even criticizing you for it. Honestly, it's a better movie than Halloween Ends, for sure.
Oh, there you go. Spooky Dookie, better than Halloween Ends.
100%. Well,
favorite
hey, I
ones.
gave Spooky Dookie a great review.
No.
I-
Dan didn't like it.
I thought there's
He didn't pick it for number 1.
I didn't pick it for number 1. That is one though that's certainly an honorable mention for a no budget film that just made me laugh my ass off.
Top 3 Dookie movie.
So
Well,
I'm guessing the
Grimm
death
says-
toilets are in the top 3.
We're all adults here.
So
I don't agree.
Slash your own video. I don't agree with Todd, but I respect it. It's
There
his.
you go.
It's his list. What he likes.
anybody else has a top 10, put it in the comments.
Yeah,
We
please
will-
let us know because I want to see if we've missed anything. That you guys
well,
thought was awesome.
I know we have some. I know Dan's got some. What do you have? Some of the ones we missed that we did not already bring up, Dan.
Before we do that, are we going to do the rundown again? Like, give us,
Yeah, we can do our.
or
We
we
can
do
go
after?
them off real
Do you
quick.
want to do worst before honorable mentions, or you want to go to honorable mentions?
I think we should stay in the positive first. But
All
yeah,
right.
let's read down our list real quick.
Okay.
We
will
want to do
shit
1 to
in
10 or
the
10 to 9.
10 to 9.
Oh, I did
10
it.
to 1.
I did it in
10 to
order.
1.
My my honorable mentions.
No.
We're not talking honorable
We're just
mentions.
gonna
We're talking our normal list.
Read
Yeah,
your
we're
list,
just-
Dan, from 10 to 1
oh,
first,
10
and
to
then
1.
we'll move on. Yeah.
My bad. I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 10 was Deadstream. My number... God, I'm getting this mixed up. My number 9 was Hellbender. My number 8, What Josiah Saw. My number 7 was The Cursed. My number 6 was Hatching. 5, Resurrection. 4, The Innocents. 3, Saloom. 2, The Wasteland. And number 1, Moloch.
Nice. All right, mine are 10 was What Josiah Saw, 9 Soft and Quiet, 7 The Sadness, 6 Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, 5 The Retaliators, 4 Terrifier 2, 3 Speak No Evil, 2 Resurrection, and number 1 Feed Me. Mr. Kruger,
Can you guys hear me? My mic is doing some weird shit.
you're a little off, man. But
Yeah, it's a little
alright.
off.
If you guys can stall for a second, that could
Yeah, I'll
Sure,
do
sure.
mine.
I don't think I fucking sucked Feed Me off enough. So
Okay.
check. No, I don't have much to say. I think it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The acting, story, like it's quality, top notch quality shit. If award season had any balls, they would dip into horror like a lot. And I think this has it has all the fucking qualities of like acting wise to get a gold statue of some sort. So
All right. I think we're good.
Okay.
There you go.
I sound okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
back.
So my number 10 was Mad God. My number 9 was X. Number 8 was Glorious. 7 was Men. 6 was Hatching. 5 was The Sadness. 4 was Crimes of the Future. 3 was Resurrection. 2 was Violent Night, and 1 was Terrifier 2.
All right. I was 10 Spirit Halloween the movie. 9 Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. 8 The Watcher. 7 Pearl. 6 Midnight. 5 The Sadness. 4 Terrifier 2. 3 Out There Halloween Megatape. 2 Barbarian, and 1 Spooky Dookie.
Nice. I'm surprised Barbarian didn't make well, fuck. It was just a good year. Barbarian's really good.
Yeah, Barbarian was definitely hard not to put on my list, but Mad God, I had to get the stop motion on there.
I get it. A lot of it's just part of your personality you're putting on there too. There's more to it than just.
You know what I thought you might pick? Probably would have been equally as shocking. Although you gave it a great Todd. Okay. You gave it a great review. So then I was like, man, he picked that as number 1 was Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama 2.
I had that on there, and it came close to being in my top 10.
Based on the shower scenes alone. Yeah,
honestly, it was me wanting to get that Spirit Halloween the movie in there to get it. It was like,
yeah.
I'm glad you did, because I felt really bad after I saw Soft and Quiet. I'm like, I gotta get rid of my kid movie. Boo.
Barbarian,
The Daily
Christmas, sorry, go ahead.
Barbarian and Christmas Bloody Christmas would be in my top 10.
I pulled Christmas Bloody at the last moment too.
Yeah, both of those are definitely in my honorable mentions. So probably a good segue to get into them.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I'm sure we'll be jumping around on this. One shock for me, and I love the movie. It's not perfect. It has its issues, particularly if you watch it a second time, which I did. But Hellraiser, I still think it's a great jumping off point for more sequels, but it didn't make my top 10. I just couldn't quite. Absolutely, the 13 Ghosts Hellraiser.
Which said I got to read the asterisk.
Absolutely, it is. I thought really good, and I don't think it's getting the attention it truly deserves, especially when people are highlighting fucking donkey shit like Halloween Ends. I think it was a really good movie. Not perfect, not on the level of the other two, the first two, I should say, but I did like Hellraiser a lot, and it's an honorable mention. that didn't make any of our lists, surprisingly enough. But we
wasn't
all
that
like
good.
Hellraiser, right?
I did like it.
No, I liked it a lot.
I liked it.
I thought you did too, Todd. I don't think you
No,
were.
he hated it.
Stupid? Like he, Jesus
You
Christ!
did?
You guys were arguing that whole episode.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Well,
He just
Very
blocked
nice.
it out. Trauma.
blocked it out there.
There's a reason people aren't still talking about it because, like I said on the original review, it's junk food for your brain, and it's already gone.
And
Junk
yet
food is not bad.
people
know,
will
but
still.
It also doesn't stick around. Or it's you don't bring up the fucking Twizzler you ate 6 months ago. No, you bring up that good shit you ate 6 months ago. You bring up the ghost pepper ball.
How many people still in
Rest in
chats
peace.
ask about that festering gape Halloween ends? My God.
Well, you know what? It did something
Come on.
though. It kept its name
Yeah.
out there.
It killed my childhood. It's a fucking
Oh, Jesus
damn.
Christ, you
Well,
fucking did so.
kills did that, but anyways,
You
I
know, a
still
movie
love
can't
Hellraiser.
kill your childhood, right, Dan? You know you're a grown up, right?
kills
No,
already.
That's what your uncle's for.
Ooh, damn. But I do think there's a lot of people that liked it. It's just one of those movies that was kind of 50-50, unfortunately. God, you know what else? Another one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think any of you had it on your list. And I only didn't put it on mine because it qualifies as horror, but it's one of those just barely ones. The Menu. I love the movie. God damn did I love The Menu.
I liked it. I just recently watched it, and I think Anya is amazing. You know, with any performance that she's given, that I think she's definitely the highlight of the movie. But for me, I just wanted a little bit more out of the ending. I thought the ending kind of fell a little kind of flat.
I thought that was pretty ambiguous. Well, I don't want to give it away. Fuck it. I don't care. I liked it.
Go
for it.
ahead, Bugs.
No, go for it, dude.
No, you're good.
I got one. Probably no one else cares. Anyway, I thought this movie hit me fucking pretty good. I had a great time in the theater, and it was Black Phone. I thought it would make my bottom five.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good, dude. I thought I liked it, but when I looked back at the year as a whole and saw all the movies, I was like, "Fuck!" There's a lot of stuff I liked more than that.
Not bad, not good. That one was just overrated for me. I didn't hate it, but I didn't see the big deal.
I thought it was great. Kids in Danger.
Speaking of when Dan hates, I was kind of surprised Scream didn't make Pug's list.
Yeah, me
I
too.
didn't hate it. I gave Scream a decent review.
I can't remember. You just hate Scream in general.
Yeah,
Just
I
not that
liked
one.
it. It just these other movies were better, and it does hurt not to have like a year where fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream, and Halloween came out. I only have one.
And Hellraiser, dude.
And fucking Hellraiser. I only have one in my top 10.
I didn't get my evil bong in the. No, I wasn't gonna. I was gonna fuck with you and say that was my number.
I
one.
haven't seen I did my best to avoid seeing anything for Scream 6, but someone did show. I did see the fucking Hayden Panettiere, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited now. Shit.
You know what's one thing that does drive me a little bit crazy? All that shit Dan was talking about Kevin Williamson, and then look at what the fuck is on his shirt. There's fucking Ghostface on the left or on the right side.
Everybody.
I'm just not gonna acknowledge that.
He is on there though, but this has got everybody pretty much. It's a lineup thing. So yeah, that is true. But yeah, Kevin Williamson is a fucking shitty writer, and
Shut the
Scream is
fuck up.
most
I shouldn't have brought it
overrated
the fuck up.
franchise out there. Although I
100% disagree.
It is.
And he continues.
Leprechaun.
Thank God you don't live in LA.
All right. What about another? Okay, see, here's one, and I'll bring it up. There was one. I mean, this could fall into other things. Like re-releases don't count, but some of my favorite experiences in the theater this year were seeing Jaws converted to 3D, and I almost put that in my list and fought for it. Because technically it's a new movie because it's like in 3D now. I don't know. I was gonna make some bullshit, but I didn't. I didn't want to go through all that bullshit. But that, and then
one movie that we haven't talked about that I thought was one of the best of the year was Incantation. I think that's one of the goddamn best found footage movies I've seen in a really long time. I forgot who brought it up, but Christmas Bloody Christmas was also up there for me, as well as Troll and the Seed. The Seed I actually really really loved. I know people have problems with the characters because they're kind of annoying social media types, but the fact that this little nasty raccoon looking bear hybrid, whatever the fuck that alien was, its whole goal was to impregnate these chicks and take over the world with its 1,000 babies. I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope that movie does get a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, not on any lists. We just reviewed these, so you can go back and look at the reviews. But also on the full car side of things, All the Moons, You Won't Be Alone, another early one we watched this year. I don't think we all loved those, but I thought they were really good. Piggy.
That's on my honorary mention list.
Yeah.
I have one more on my list.
What is it?
Sissy. I like that movie a lot.
Oh, yeah, that was fun too.
Made a lot of top tens.
Yeah. Okay.
Also for me, Welcome to Hell. Fucking one of the most metal movies I've seen in a very, very long time. It was low budget as hell, but I thought what they did with the budget and everything and the atmosphere of the movie was awesome, and the characters were great. So if you're a metalhead, get Screambox and check out Welcome to Hell.
Another one, and I think Ben brought it up in the chat, and that is the Puppet Master Dr. Death. That one came close to being on my list.
I did like it.
Zombie said Amityville Karen. I know that's.
Was Karen this year? Because that movie I did enjoy. Ah, damn.
She was in my top 10 last year.
I think we had a crossover with her and some Soft and Quiet.
Don't worry, Cool Duder is coming up, just not in the honorable mentions.
I just saw him in Axe Grinder 2 today, directed by that Turgid. Never mind.
He brought up my comment on a recent live feed he did. He actually said it, and I will give him credit for that. I asked when is Amityville Butt Plug coming out, and he actually pulled the comment up. So I'll say something nice about Cool Duder. There you go.
Oh, I thought
it was like a shot at him or something. Like, you just think it's funny.
A joke. Come on.
Just tweet at him, Dan. Let him know you don't like his stupid ass. Who cares?
I don't dislike him. I dislike his.
Well, apparently not. You're watching.
Bro, you talked about fighting him like fucking 3 shows ago. What the hell are you talking about?
Wait. There was someone I wanted to know if was on the Clint Eastwood list.
Hold on a second. Big T, I got banned from Cool Duder's chat.
Well, Big T, you deserve an honorable mention for getting banned from Cool Duder's chat. So there you go.
That's funny. I wonder what he said.
Find what it was. Okay, so Dan, you've already told us you can beat up Clint Eastwood.
This is like going way back now, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but we have a whole list.
That is one of our stupid conversations, but yeah.
I have one that even you cannot say you could beat this old man.
As old as Clint Eastwood?
Fred Williamson.
Younger than Clint Eastwood. He would fuck me up.
No. Fred Williamson, Clint Eastwood's age will still fuck you up too.
I might even give it to Fred Williamson. That dude is one of the biggest badasses to ever walk the planet. So I bow to Fred the Hammer Williamson.
Okay, you need to go all white guilt on him, dude. He would kick your fucking ass. Clint Eastwood.
What about crazy? Pam Grier would kick his ass. What are we talking about?
Hell yeah, she would.
I would beat the fuck out of him on his lawn and then piss on him.
What about Bill Duke? Do you think you could take Bill Duke?
Bill Duke.
I think he would bleed you slow.
He probably would. Yeah, he's a fighter, I think.
It shouldn't take you that long to think of that, Dan.
A little bit longer than Fred Williamson.
I know we're talking about Dan and his feud with old people, but before I forget, one movie that I just saw recently that was from last year, and it's streaming on Tubi for free right now. I thought it was fantastic. It's called Hypochondriac.
Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to get it in.
Dude, it's so fucking well done, and just an awesome psychological descent to madness with this guy that's being haunted with by almost like a Frank the Rabbit from Donnie Darko type entity. It's so fucking good. I highly recommend everybody to go watch that movie, and you can see it for free on Tubi. So
Well, now I have headcanon where he takes the helmet off and it's Patrick Swayze, but I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah. So yeah, just wanted to throw out there. Hypochondriac was definitely one of the better movies I saw from last year as well.
Nice. God, there's also Matriarch, which the director
Really cool.
actually retweeted my quote of best titty sucking scene ever.
Which I had a hard time seeing on my phone, but for some reason on like laptops and desktops, popped right up. That was cool.
Isn't it ironic in 2023? I think I've become the biggest Twitter user out of us. And you guys were always bitching, like, you need to go on Twitter pre-YouTube.
I don't remember us telling you to get on Twitter.
I like Twitter
you should
more
have
than
it.
Facebook. I actually do.
All social media is fucking shit right now. I hate the world.
It's less shit than Facebook, though. You know, that's weird.
You like it?
Have you
you're
been
able to
on
watch
wrestling
porn.
Twitter, bro? No, it's not.
That
It's
is
pretty
true.
bad.
But
I
you don't
think-
have to.
He's like, "There's boobs. Shut the fuck up."
There's
Makes
titties.
everything better.
There's titties. Facebook.
He's like,
doesn't allow
"Fuck
titties.
Twitter. Fuck Facebook. Where's the tits?"
I'm barely on Facebook
Fuck
anymore.
Instagram.
And if they should just allow titties. Why doesn't Zuckerberg
Honestly,
just say, nipples,
I am
free the
100% in agreement with it. But our country is uptight about sex, but not violence. So
Free the nipple.
I could fix it immediately. I
Sure
would
you
just say
by threatening
allow-
to get naked if they
No,
don't.
no. This is the
Reverse
perfect thing.
OnlyFans.
Allow people to set their profiles to adults only. So that way, unless you're 18,
Because
You
you
don't
just
get to
can't
see
click, yes, I am 18, like you did when you were under 18, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, for an adult, you have to confirm now, right? You have to give them the phone number and all that.
Oh.
ID
Oh, and
bullshit
actually, in
now.
certain states, yeah, but it's just Pornhub,
So-
which is fucked up.
So
It's
anyway,
like, thank God it's not me.
He's like, we're moving.
all right. Where the fuck were we? We're still on honorable mentions.
I'm done with honorable
Phones
mentions.
and All was a pleasant surprise.
I
Still
watched
did.
it. I watched it recently, and I liked everything other than the ending. I thought the ending fell flat for me.
Okay.
I wanted to see the eating in the final little. portion of the
Yeah.
movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not the goriest cannibal movie, but I like that one.
No, great acting, and it had some nice near dark vibes throughout it too.
Near
absolutely.
dark, really?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Another one. This has been on some best of and some worst ofs. Dash Cam. I didn't think I'd like Dash Cam. and
Yeah.
I actually dug the shit out of Dash Cam. Didn't quite make my list, but any love or hate for Dash Cam?
I was a fan. but-
I didn't like it.
Ben Grimm, the Andy Baker tapes was one of my favorite found footage of 22. It's like creep mixed with a food reviewers tube on Tubi.
Oh, I'll definitely check that out. The Andy Baker tapes. All right.
Big T. All I asked him was why did Amityville Karen feel like he wrote the script on the way to the shoot? On the way to shoot the movie, and I asked him what his writing process was. Cool duder. Answer him, man. Stop banning him.
You know what? I'm going to try to get him on now.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
you need to get him on and just go through like a normal interview, just you solo Todd, and then have Dan come in and cut a promo on him.
Macho Dan.
Macho, yeah, have Macho Dan come in and say he's gonna elbow drop him.
God damn it, much.
I'll beat you so swollen you look fat again.
Yeah, cool duder. You lost the weight, but you lost your balls. I'll beat the shit out of you at WrestleMania. I gotta get that voice.
But Dan, you have to do like fucking 3 lines of cocaine before just fucking make it authentic.
Oh yeah,
you're
Macho
sweating
Dan.
every-
Macho Dan definitely likes the nose candy.
Well, that's awesome. Like,
There's Dark Glasses too. Which
I have
didn't-
that one down.
Dario Argento, like, thank God he didn't go out
Return
on
to
drag.
form.
Yeah, for sure. I was literally about to say that. Return to form for him.
Studio 666 was a fun one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's fun.
dude. Have you heard of all the crazy conspiracy shit about fucking Studio 666 now? It's fucking nutty, bro. They're like talking like the movie's real and shit, and about the guy from the band that died, and saying that David Grohl sacrificed him to the Illuminati.
That's awesome. They're living their
There's a whole fucking thing. I had no clue that there was all this like weird controversy around the movie now. But yeah, there's like some crackpot conspiracy theories out there about David Grohl killing his bandmate for the Illuminati.
Ben Grimm. Oh, and CO666. Better chainsaw kill than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. My favorite kill of the year.
Yeah, that was
hard to beat that kill.
Yeah.
Oh, Vanessa Frenia. None of us said that, although I think that might still technically count for 2023.
No,
I don't know.
No, that was last year, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't gonna make my top 10 anyway. So
Yeah. I liked it, but
I love
yeah,
that
not
one.
top 10.
I'm surprised Kruger no Prey.
I didn't love Prey. I gave it like a 3.5.
Okay, I thought it was higher.
Yeah, not for me.
I mean, I thought it was a good sequel, but I still like Predators a lot more.
It's Sorority Babes 2 was on my list. Mad Heidi also I really liked. That was a fun one.
Yeah, oh yeah, Mad Heidi is a lot of fun. I do recommend that.
Or Orphan First Kill was kind of farther down my list, but I did really enjoy that one too. I thought it was a really good sequel. And Shin Ultraman was hard for me not to put on my list, but that's just a really good time if you love that old school tokusatsu style movie.
Yeah, got to bring back the kaiju shows. I know that's been requested a lot. So
we've totally botched fucking bringing back the Godzilla show for like 6 months in a row now. I think
it's still in the works.
This month,
Yeah.
no,
in the works. But yeah, there's other stuff that we liked. You should have a massive list to work from. Somebody just said Smile in the chat. I liked it. It's nowhere near a top 10 film. It wouldn't even be in my top 20. But
right on.
I liked it well enough.
Did any of you guys get Hellhole in?
No, I didn't get that in. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did you dig it?
I'm trying to remember because I crammed a bunch in at towards the end.
Crazy Church Satan. That's all you really need to know, and it's Polish.
That was
Netflix. I guess it, yeah.
Oh, it was
I could have sworn I saw it. See,
well, if you haven't, go check that one out because that one was pretty goddamn rad too.
Absolutely. The Apology. There's some stuff like that we reviewed just recently, so you probably saw that review. Is that good? Unhuman. See, I say good things about Blumhouse. I thought that was.
Did anyone have any Blumhouse on their list? Not even I. Wow.
No. Oh well, I mean, I do, just not the top 10. But...
Oh, so Dan's the only one who has Blumhouse on the list. Good to know.
Yeah, I not even in my top 20.
And Kruger's the only one with A24.
Yeah, you know what? Bodies. I thought was a piece of shit.
I liked that one. That was actually it didn't make my list, but
still haven't seen it.
It was middle of the road for me, but
most of my stuff with them this year was the non-horror stuff. But even those didn't make my when I was pulling because I pull everything I like of the year. So I have my non-horror stuff there too. So
it's the new Ari Aster movie, A24.
More than likely. Really?
The you mean the one out this year with
with Joaquin
Phoenix?
Oh yeah, that one
that
is okay.
All right, worst or overrated? Worst overrated.
I didn't make a list.
All you, bud. Go for it.
So I'm not gonna shit on it anymore, but yeah, Halloween Ends. That movie was a fucking piece of crap.
Almost made my top.
But probably, honestly, there might be films just as bad this year, and I don't think any of these that we would disagree with, if I remember right. House of Darkness. I liked it.
The one with
Justin Long.
Oh, I liked it too.
Oh, most pointless movie of the year. The twist, the Lucy, and
it was whatever. Pretty mid.
Man, I thought it was as bad as they come. I like Justin Long. It's nothing against him, but man, I thought House of Darkness was the shits.
one for me that I hated, and it made me feel bad for fucking poor Thomas Jane, was that Slayers movie.
That's on my list.
That was a wretched piece of dog shit.
I was the only one that was kind to it.
Oh my god. Poor Thomas Jane. Just you could see, and the poor bastard's beard is like falling off in the fucking middle of the movie. Like,
there's gonna be some kid though with ADHD is like, this is my movie.
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad. That was on my list too. Firestarter. Ooh.
Great soundtrack though.
What a crap movie though. Ooh. That was early.
Jeepers Creepers Reborn is definitely fucking
yeah.
down on my list as well. I thought that was a piece of shit, and it took a lot for me to even want to watch that fucking garbage. And fucking when I saw it and saw that horrible creeper makeup, yeah,
it's my favorite of the four.
You're fucking nuts, but okay.
Yeah, but it's also a bad movie, and I love bad movies.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun bad movie though.
I watched in the theater. It was fun. I don't know.
I think the only person that
it's not a good movie.
I apologize if I'm wrong, but I think Christian liked that one.
Yeah, I think he did too.
He's the only person I know of that actually got any enjoyment. Well, Todd too, I guess.
But I know it's a piece of shit though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but not a fun piece of shit in my opinion. But to each their own. American Carnage with Jenna Ortega. I thought that was a fucking.
I was nice to it, but I didn't hate it. But I get the hate.
I think I gave it like a 1.5. It has Twisty Troy in it. That's probably where all the 1.5 came from.
I could have sworn I thought it was okay. I don't remember.
It was okay.
That crawl space movie too. That movie I thought was a fucking piece of garbage. With the dude that gets stuck in the fucking crawl space when the drug.
E.T.
Yeah, I like that one,
dude. I hated that.
I can't remember his fucking name. Thomas.
Henry Thomas.
There you go.
Oh yeah. That was okay.
Ben Grimm. I agree with Todd. It's bad, but feels like a bad movie we will watch 10 years from now, like the sequels to Wrong Turn. Yeah, I don't.
The sequels to Wrong Turn have good gore and good titties, Ben.
See, Dan, the lack of titties is going to make Dan disagree with any argument.
But
mid-century with Stephen Lang, that was also a really fucking rough one from Lionsgate.
Yeah. One that may have some camp value for people. That's the only thing I'll give it, that maybe that's there. But I thought was a shit pickle for me. They/them.
Yeah, that was garbage.
That was maybe there's some camp, but I thought that was a garbage movie. Yeah. My best friend's Exorcism. What a disappointing.
I like that one too.
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with that, but Sharkula.
Oh yeah,
but no one expected Sharkula to be good, did they?
No, but here's the thing: like, I'm expecting a really shitty but fun shark film. I'm not expecting high production values from Sharkula, but a lot of these movies, and I like the Polonia brothers' early stuff when they were like teenagers making movies.
You don't like the Polonia brother, singular.
Now, yeah. But I think some of these, they call them meme movies now, where it's like they almost don't even try, and they are just like, okay, this is a funny little meme. And the movie we don't even have to do shit with. Well, that's what I felt about Sharkula.
Big T had to go and get banned. We were going to find out what his writing thing was. He got banned his writing process. Well, I sit on the toilets and.
Are you guys?
Don't.
I went away. All right. So, what else didn't we mention that we should? Everything Cool Duder was a part of in 2022. That's my shit pickle award.
I don't even have a problem with Cool Duder, but the fact that you keep bringing him up, I'm gonna start not liking him just because you're my boy.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't dislike him. I dislike his work. I'm gonna talk Overrated also as well. Not necessarily all bad, but overrated. as far as like just
anything
awful
Dan
shit,
didn't like is overrated. So
Dan
there
is
we go.
overrated, but whatever.
overrated. Now, I'm not saying it had some great gore, but I think it's way overrated as Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So
It's not
anything
overrated,
Dan didn't
though.
like is going to be overrated.
Yeah,
It's
the
way
overall
overrated.
reception of it was negative. So
Yeah. How's it
Well,
overrated?
It's a lot of number one lists if you
Is
go
it?
out there. Oh yeah,
I haven't
It's
seen
a
any
lot.
lists really. I meant to, I just didn't care.
And we missed the shit pickle that I don't think anybody liked. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Terror Train remake. That was a shit pickle.
No.
So was the second one.
Yep.
Yeah, you spared me that one. We
I
didn't
think
have
it's
to review it.
is it Indie Phantom that likes
No, that's
those
next
ones?
week's show, Dan.
Oh fuck you, Todd.
Pug's already watched it. I already watched it.
I've seen
We're
it.
gonna do what you do to us, cocksucker. Well, I already watched it, so we.
I honestly
should
thought we
review
were
it.
going to review it. That's why I watched it. I was like,
We
this
were.
movie's
Then we
fucking
just didn't
good.
have a review show to put it in.
Oh, okay.
Not
Ooh.
awful, but Nope. I thought Nope was overrated. I'll be
Nope.
honest.
Fucking
Yeah,
bad.
I'll agree. Definitely
Both
overrated.
Overrated.
Jordan Peele is fucking overrated. You guys need to get over that fucking shit. He's a mediocre director. It's driving me nuts. Indie Phantom, Pearl is overrated, in my opinion. Not as good as X either. Bring back nudity in Maxine.
It's trying to sound like Dan, Indy.
Maxine, I think there's more opportunities for it than ever, especially when it's taking place.
Can you
So-
imagine if there's no nudity in it? What Dan's rating is going to be?
I kind of
there
hope that
wasn't-
now.
we didn't
I
get
mean-
nudity in either
Instead
one.
of the goddamn golden era, we don't get 110.
Max is spelled with 3 X's. What the fuck? So what else sucked, Dan?
But really, when you think about it, we don't get a ton of nudity in X or Burl. They're not like
Well, no,
boob-filled
There's a
movies
decent
anyway,
amount
so
in fucking
give me a
X,
little
though.
bit. Yeah, but I'm not greedy. Just give me something.
Nope has no staying power.
It is the most boring version of Jaws in the Sky. Like
Yeah,
the more I think about the movie, the more irritated I get because I was too kind on it on our review. So,
I like the monkey stuff. Don't.
it was. It was.
whole thing sucked, Todd.
That part was good, but like, yeah, sure. But the movie as a whole is. I don't know. I don't get that one.
I
And
was
it's also
more-
on some best of lists.
I was more interested in the chimp angle than I was
Yeah.
with the fucking shitty cowboy hat
chimp, not
UFO.
monkey.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hated the lead actress, or the character, I should say, at the very least, was just annoying. I didn't care what.
I didn't even
happened to
realize
her.
that was the bitch from Scream Queens, the black girl from Scream Queens. That's the same chick. I was like, I liked her in Scream Queens. She fucking is irritating as fuck. Where's the mob? Dan, go get your rope.
Damn. Megan, which we just reviewed, very overrated.
That is
I-
this year,
That's this year. Fuck.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
and we can have that
I'm-
discussion in 12 months.
Yeah, we'll have that.
Nah,
discussion.
there's my number one now, just to fucking be a dick.
If you
As of
want-
right now, my number
It-
one.
Megan is no spooky dookie. So
This is
Even
true.
I can't
Sorry.
argue that.
I think there was other shit we watched this year, but I think I hit. Oh, Goodnight Mommy was more pointless than anything. I mean, why the
I
fuck
liked
did
it.
we need it?
Yeah,
Yeah, but watch the first movie. We didn't fucking need it.
But you, anyway, I'm not. I know what normally our show is for that, but we went over this already. I'm done.
That's all I've got. Unless I'm forgetting like something really fucking awful. I know.
Yeah.
there's other
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm trying to look through my list right now, and like I liked a lot more than I disliked this year. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we covered mostly everything. I mean, I could mention sewer gators, but
Oh yeah.
Daily Ghost, best performance of the year, Mia Goth side boob in X. I'm not going to
There you
complain.
go.
yeah,
There you go. You've also got Nymphomaniac. You can go back and watch for some Mia Goth.
dude, I
stuff.
can't wait to see her performance in Infinity Pool.
Which one?
In like a week.
Nymphomaniac. You don't remember Nymphomaniac, Pugs?
Volume 1 and 2, she's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huh.
She is. Absolutely.
I got to rewatch that. Dude, that's the fucking best version of a Rammstein song that they haven't released. Those fuckers. I mean, they released the actual song, but that's the remix for this. It just
Yeah,
adds the word
so rad.
nymphomania. It's fucking hard as fuck.
Do you guys have a favorite physical media label for this year? Is there one that
Unearthed
you think?
Films.
Okay.
On those films,
Unearthed-
I will co-sign
Dude,
that. Yeah.
They're fucking right now. how much they've expanded their company and the fact that they're just doing so much on top of still releasing fucked up, awesome, gory horror movies. I'm ecstatic that they're doing so well. I'm ecstatic that they're diving into all the category 3 stuff that they are now. You know, we got Dr. Lamb this year, and you know, Calamity of Snakes is right around the corner. Also, just everything about that label I love, and I'm not just saying that because you know we're on a commentary track and in the documentary on Christmas cruelty. I've always loved Unearthed films, and I just think they're getting bigger and better than they ever have been.
Oh yeah, we'll finally get. God, what else were they putting out this year?
The Guyver.
Yeah, the Guyver's coming.
There's an Asian movie that is coming out this month, I believe.
Profane Exhibit. Exhibit.
That's not the one I'm thinking about, though.
No, The Invitation, which is
That's
done by the same directors of Incantation. So,
my dick is hard.
Nice. Okay.
Slasher Home Video, Vestron, and Visual Vengeance are tied for me for 2022.
Arrow, I think, kind of killed it this year too.
Oh, Arrow always does. Severin for the box sets because I'm a box set junkie. But Visual Vengeance, I will say this: even if you dislike some of the films, like wow, do they put a lot into those releases? Like holy crap, you get all the extra bells and whistles, and Visual Vengeance is awesome. What up, Mikey? Joining us late. Good to see you though. But yeah, Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, of course. They're also diving into some Cat 3 or Cat 3 like films. That Hong Kong set I should have on the way to me soon.
Oh no, you got to wait till after everyone else. Then
I understand, but I can wait. I got a lot of that $10 stuff coming too. Which shout out for $10 Vinegar Syndrome Blu-rays. I hope we get.
Yeah, you know I did it right.
Did what?
During subscriber week.
Oh, you dropped the $900?
I did the subscriber gimmick, yeah.
Nice.
No shame.
There was a gimmick on PayPal where you could pay over a year. So it's like if I bought 2 Vinegar Syndrome discs a month, I would have paid for it. So fuck it.
There you go.
So now we will have our monthly Vinegar Syndrome unboxing again.
Hey, all right.
Todd's gonna be pimping his OnlyFans now to pay for that one.
All right, well, do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. You can probably just do foot stuff, and you'll be fine. Just feet. People are weird.
Armpit stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I heard of
it's called bagpiping.
Fucking people that will show like their feet and get like people will pay them like I'll say it right now. You give me like $500, I'll show my fucking foot right now. When we get super chats, whatever.
$20 will show you my feet. I don't give a shit.
I'll show you my feet for free. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. I don't care if it's some weird dude in a basement.
Dan just lets them.
$500.
Nope.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Stop, Dan.
What else did we what else did we mean to cover tonight?
Oh wait, no. So we just had a question.
Oh yes.
What movies are you looking forward to this year?
Infinity Pool is my most anticipated movie of the year, and it comes out next week. So I'd say that's my number one, but also, you know, the sequel to Scream and Evil Dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am excited for Evil Dead for sure.
My answer this year, please.
Oh,
awesome. My answer though, what I'm most looking forward to is those movies I haven't even heard of yet, like a Moloch or pretty much all of those. It's not like I knew they were coming.
Not a goddamn answer, Dan.
You can't look forward to something you
what
don't
you know
that
that's coming. What you know that is scheduled. Pick from that.
Infinity Pool, I am very excited for as well. Evil Dead Rise looks really good, and I hope people are over the no Bruce Campbell thing because.
Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah,
Cocaine Bear, dude. That's
45. Kruger, are you about that or whatever the number it is? Kylo Ren and dinosaurs.
65. Yeah, I'm super excited for that as well. For the sheer fact that we haven't gotten a big budget dinosaur movie, and I don't know fucking how long. It's
Jurassic
been
Park?
outside of
World or
Jurassic
whatever?
Park because
Oh.
I don't count those because they're the ultimate big budget dinosaur movies. But outside of Jurassic Park, we haven't gotten anything in that genre in forever. So I am fucking super psyched.
What is that debuting? I know that's a streaming one.
It's in
right?
No,
No,
it's a theater
theaters.
one. It's in March.
It is.
Adam Driver, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I like Adam Driver a lot. I don't feel
He's
like
great.
action star, but hopefully that'll be a fun movie.
Hey, if your girl Jessica Chastain
I'm also really looking forward to getting our hands on that kaiju movie, The Lake from Thailand, that has the gigantic Jurassic Park style animatronics in the movie. I can't wait for that thing.
Renfield also comes out this year.
Renfield. Fear, that movie Fear looks really good.
Weeks.
That's coming out
next week also. Yeah.
What's Fear? Mark Wahlberg back?
It's got like a Final Destination. It looks like it's going to be Final Destination style, but like when death comes for you, it brings out your darkest fears.
Pugs, it's funny you make that joke because the Mark Wahlberg Fear is getting some sort of TV adaptation. I heard that a few months ago.
Oh, really?
I don't know why or how, but
like a Peacock thing or something?
no
Ben
idea.
Grimm, I think Toxic Avenger remake comes out this year as it's the 50th anniversary of Troma.
I fucking hope so because I've been waiting too goddamn long for it.
So maybe I guess I should start dropping those Troma shows. What a month,
right?
There you go.
It's the 50th anniversary, so Troma show this month.
Another unlikely TV adaptation that they're doing, and this one I don't get at all. I like the movie well enough, but American Mary is getting a television adaptation.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know about that. That's honestly one of my favorite movies of all time, but I don't know how it's going to be in a series format. I mean, maybe if they dive into the body modification things and in a couple episodes, like we just see these fucked up modifications she's making with people, it could work. But as a whole, I think in a movie it can't be better in the movie.
I will also say this: it's their best movie, but Soska Sisters overrated.
I like them.
I do think it's their best movie, though. I love that movie.
American Mary is definitely their best, but I like the See No Evil sequel. I like the Rabid remake.
No, I just mean them in general are overrated. Their movies are fine.
They know how to market themselves.
I wonder
Tell you what,
great,
what the hell is it? Regurgitated Sacrifice. They're so fucking goddamn hot in that movie.
That's the difference maker.
I've met them and they're nice. I don't know. I'm just like that. Some people will be like, "Oh, greatest." I had an argument with one guy who had the fucking balls to compare them to George Romero. What the fuck? Come on.
Yeah,
that's your fault for entertaining that idea.
Yeah.
You give him a gold star and walk away.
Dan, you let your boner talk all the time. Just let them have it.
But anyways, guys, also don't forget we just reviewed Skinamarink and Sick yesterday, so double feature review. You get to see the debut of the Macho Dan, which I think reason enough to watch it.
Did I tell you I'm like all religious now? I'm a Christian. I went and watched that Devil's
Conspiracy. All right, so is it a propaganda movie?
And now I'm like a born again Christian. I love God and all that. Yes, it's like a propaganda.
So it's full on.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes, but it's also trying not to be. So there's a couple F-bombs here and there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I almost went to go see that tomorrow.
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not saying don't watch it. But then again, The Exorcist was a propaganda film to me.
Oh,
that's nutty. But
I said it was.
Yeah. He cleared it himself. He's crazy, but yeah, okay.
Most religious stuff feels like that to me. But it's...
Ben Grimm brings up a good question. I think we should factor that in for next year. What's your favorite first time watch of the year? I didn't keep track of that.
Like, when you ask
then like your first watch of an older movie.
Yeah,
because there's a secondary one.
Yeah,
that's a good.
Ben, Sorority Babes, Slime Ball Bolorama. See, it's funny you asked that. There was one for me too.
I could fucking pull the one.
I'm gonna pull. Yeah, go ahead.
There were a couple older ones this year.
Kindred, right on.
Dude,
Kruger.
this movie fucking knocked me out of my goddamn seat. And I bought it on the whim of literally their Synapse's little tagline to market the movie. They were saying like it's a long lost Stuart. It feels like a long lost Stuart Gordon Lovecraftian movie. And tell you what, fucking after watching it, I felt like that. Amazing effects, awesome fucking film.
You know, I do have one for the Kindred.
Oh, okay, Kindred, yeah.
I do have one. This is just consider it a plug for our friend Corey at S'mores and Doors, but it's this year. Never saw it.
That it's not last year. Good answer, Dan.
Well, I'm just giving you one. Shut the fuck up, Dad.
But it's not the one he just asked. He asked for the one of 2022, not this year.
No, he's just first time watching.
Plugging him. I'm plugging him. So
of the year.
Well,
no, that's fine, but that's not the answer.
All right. The Slasher from Jim Haggerty. It is on one of those 50 movie sets, Tomb of Terror. Hard to find. He's going to have a commentary. A bunch of us watched it together. It is a shitty movie, but it is shitty in all the right ways. It is hilarious. So I highly recommend you keep an eye out for that. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody needs to watch The Slasher from Jim Haggerty. Somebody threw out Heartland of Darkness in the chat. We just reviewed that. That was good to finally see that come out.
So, Pugs, what was your favorite first time watch the year?
I did not keep track. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I am trying to answer for 20.
That is a good fucking thing, though. I will keep track of it now. So,
well, I would have done it because I'm just going through my. Did I see Curse twice? No, okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think my favorite overall horror thing released this year, including books and shows and
Christmas Cruelty.
comics.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Christmas Cruelty.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But
Good answer, Kruger.
But was that last year or the year before?
That's 2022. This was the year that.
No, he's saying his favorite
thing overall. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Indy has one in the chat. Savage Weekend. That is a good sleazy little movie, Indy. I have that on Blu-ray. Punisher, Maniac Driver. I need to see that.
That's
actually.
Ben Grimm, Stranger Things season 4 is his favorite, and Vecna is my favorite horror villain of 2022.
Yeah, he's up there for me.
I'm wrong one. But
I remember watching Sorority Babes on USA Up All Night back in the days. The Daily Ghost.
Oh yeah, I thought the second one. Yeah,
I got to check out the second one because I actually do like the first one quite a bit. When Joe Bob did it on the last drive-in, it's a lot of fun.
Batman, Punisher Batman fan, bring that up ASAP. That's awesome. Punisher Batman fan says Christmas Cruelty was a harder watch for me than Serbian film.
That fucking beginning, man.
Clip that shit and send it to the boys.
148.
I will say, Todd, you did accomplish something today, and I do kind of want to watch Spooky Dookie again.
Well, why would you not want to? It's like the best movie of the year.
Slash home video. Bliss is another one for me. It was a Kruger recommendation.
Oh, that was a first time watch. Nice.
Joe Bigos. That may very well be his best movie he's made, but honestly, everything that guy does is fucking gold, in my opinion.
Yeah, Christmas Bloody Christmas wasn't quite gold for me, but it is entertaining. For sure. Not my favorite of his work, though. But certainly a filmmaker I've been a fan of for a while. Mind's Eye.
Yeah. The best Scanners sequel.
The best Scanners sequel that's not a Scanners sequel.
Duh. Fucking Evil Night would be mine. Was that Big T US? Who else? No, Ben.
Oh, the retro thing?
Yeah, whoever first time watch of the year.
I'm trying to think of an old one that I saw for the first time last
2014 Evil Night, not the original.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know there's something, but I just can't place it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
I'm trying to think like older movie for me too, but
yeah, we'll keep track of that one next year. Like another one like mine. My favorite movie theater experience this year was obviously Jaws 3D.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, I can imagine that was pretty cool.
You didn't have to imagine, Dan. You could have just went.
I did not make it, sadly.
I would say it's up there. I mean, I think Terrifier 2 was my favorite just because there was kids behind me that were like freaking the fuck out throughout the whole movie. But Jaws 3D, if they ever do that again, you guys got to get to the theater because that may be the best way to watch the movie. Everything just pops amazingly, and you see details that you've never seen just watching it normally.
Dan, why don't you read that?
This is why Dan needs to get into Letterboxd. I am on Letterboxd.
You don't fucking use it.
I said I'd sign up.
And Dan's rude. It was asked by Indie Phantom.
Oh, sorry. You flashed it really quick. I'm sorry. No, I can't think of one that I saw for the first time. There was Heartland of Darkness was lost movie. So
Ben Grimm says Kruger not saying new Toho Godzilla in 2023. Fuck, you're right. I'm a terrible Godzilla fan. I almost fucking forgot about it, but yeah, I am looking forward to that. But I'm also a little scared, to be honest with you.
That's why I didn't bring it up.
I don't know where they're gonna go with it, and I really, really want them to go in a something similar to what they did with Shin Godzilla. Like honestly, I think that fucking anime that they did, Godzilla Singular Point, if they were able to make a live action version of that, I think that's almost the perfect way to go. But wait, pull that back up. I want to see what works said. He said, "Get on Letterboxd, or I'll come to Georgia and feed your dog begging strips."
I made a lot of technology progress. I'm on Discord. You can get me at Discord. There you go.
This is true.
So
yeah. Also, if you guys haven't signed up for our Discord, link is in the description.
Yeah.
Make sure to get in there because it's active every single day. And if you want to keep up on horror news, we're pretty good at keeping you up to date.
You can even PM us on there. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Dan's trying to get you to slide into his DMs and shit.
There you go. Maybe we'll see.
Dan, take that back to FetLife. Don't bring that here.
Thought you'd go adult friend finder. Is that still a thing?
J-date.
No.
Is that the new
Farmers Only?
Black people meet.
What the fuck? I haven't even heard of any of this.
I remember how excited Dan was when they were talking about doing that wrestling one for wrestling fans.
Really? Yeah, I see those commercials all the time in the morning.
You know what's ironic?
That would have been the scariest thing in the entire world to be on.
Meeting women that are into wrestling is not that hard at all. I find it more difficult to meet girls that are really into horror movies.
I've had a like, I don't know. I would say like finding people into horror is one thing, but finding people into horror that are cool is a whole nother story because I've met somebody, I would say, what is it now, 4.5 months ago, that went into a argument with me about liking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and she said I was glorifying Ed Gein as a fucking serial killer because I liked the movie. So
fuck that bitch. I got an Ed Gein candle and a statue. Suck it. Attached or detached. I don't give a. And he's a mama's boy. He's a great fucking son. Shitty person.
I do have some murderabilia, I guess you call it, that she wouldn't be happy.
I still regret not ordering that Charles Manson one that they have on display at the museum. That is that a bobblehead?
Yep.
What is the museum called? Not the Murder Museum. The
Museum of Death.
Thank you, Mr. Yeah.
The LA location is currently not active, but Louisiana, they're there.
Oh, it's not open back up yet.
No, they're looking for a new location, and it might not even. Well, anyway,
we should all go to Mardi Gras. That would be fun. I'd be down.
Yeah, there's way too many fucking people. Fuck all that.
I don't want to fucking be around all that piss and fucking puke.
Dan, I can go to strip clubs. There you go. Pugs will go.
I can stay with Dan.
For sure. But these are like on the street. I'll party with Caesar. I will party to see it.
That's a nice building. It'd be a shame if someone stormed it.
He's gonna bring you a hat you have to wear when you're with him. He's like, "Aaron, take this so we can't hang."
Yeah, let them know.
You know, I have one thing I want to do in 2023. We gotta bring Bob back
on the show.
We just saw Bob.
Yeah.
We're good.
Bob. Yeah,
I mean, you're an old school listener if you remember Bob, but
he went to heaven. Don't you remember? he disappeared. Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's fucking undead now. The motherfucker's so skinny.
He actually hashtag me too'd me. It just dawned on me right now. Like I didn't report it to anybody.
Dude, he has the most incriminating photo in history out there.
Is that when you were concussed?
No, I wasn't
well,
concussed.
No, his liver was.
My liver was. That he's the one that has the infamous picture of the night before I missed my flight to go to the Primo Slave to Death match.
Send to Patreon.
Fuck no, bro. It was cold in that room. God damn it.
We'll do it like Borat and put the big long blur box.
Okay,
nice.
One thing that
we will have a review of Borat next Monday on Flesh Wound Force.
Oh, what the fuck! I want to be on that episode. I love that goddamn movie. Eat my asshole! Eat my asshole!
It's taped already.
Oh, damn.
Too late. You know, one thing we got to do a remake of. We did do this way back in the audio era for Squared Circle Society. Is Wrestling Urban Legends.
That'd be a fun one.
I feel like
I won't be on that episode.
I know.
Although I'll do a teaser for that. The Ric Flair hemorrhoid story.
God, fucking. What about the Dusty Rhodes booty plug story? You ever heard that one?
I think that might.
Oh no, Dad, and my booty plug fell out. Fucking poor Finley. He had the fucking. You know he went to pile drive him and he grabbed his trunks, and when he grabbed his trunks and did it, his fucking like toilet paper wad that he shoves up his ass fucking fell out and hit Finley in the face.
Why is he shoving toilet paper?
He may have had food poisoning. I don't remember exactly, but like John Cena shit himself. That like it would have helped out a lot if he would have plugged it up. Kerry White that shit.
Well, we are a classy podcast if you're listening to us for the first time. And patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1, and you get more booty plug stories on there. So there you go. And yeah, we'll have some good Patreon content, new stuff coming up soon as well. Next month, we've got the Secret Santa picks where you can watch the selection show for that, which is pretty funny. All over the place. I don't think we were as mean as you would expect. I know there was a lot.
Almost.
We almost had to fucking watch Cuties for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you were threatening some pretty. I think Triumph of the Will fucking came up. Like a lot of really like just wild shit. Yeah, I think you were threatening me with that one.
I don't think I brought up Triumphs of the Will, dude.
And one movie we can't even say on.
Yeah, I like that his go-to was that movie.
Oh, that's because you threatened me with it.
I don't think I did, dude. But that we should do a watch along. That'd be hilarious.
No.
I found a short film that I want to do a watch along so bad, and I was going to drop it as a surprise one, but I think we need to talk about it first because I think we might have some problems.
Yeah,
I think we might have to email it to people if they want to watch it.
Fair enough. Also, some wrestling commentaries that should be coming soon to Patreon, so stay tuned for that.
Yes,
absolutely. So yeah, and we will have more Squared Circle Society. Check out our last episode for you wrestling fans out there in the chat. We'll have a Royal Rumble show, I believe.
But
also
first, this Sunday.
XPW, We Are Not Your Kind, which I'm very excited. What a card, which we do run down.
We better get a go home show.
XPW. Absolutely. XPW, there's going to be some really cool shit, I think, in 2023. So if you're not watching XPW, you can order XPW We Are Not Your Kind on Fight TV, along with all of their big events.
Only $20 too, which
for that card.
Yeah. So worth it.
Get fucking the real one versus the juicy one. Enzo Amore taking on Juventud.
As much
Guerrera.
as I'm looking forward to that match so much, I'm going to go with the other one.
And you get a exposed boards, no rope, barbed wire, panes of glass, maximum bleeding, fucking death match.
Maximum fucking bleeding death
Nope.
match.
No, maximum bleeding, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We got to call Schlack.
No, but he's right. He's got it.
I'll call him right
let's
now.
Call Schlack. Promote your show.
Dan disappeared. He was
He was like,
fuck that. Dude, I'm gonna I swear, dude, like when he comes out here for an XPW show, I'm just gonna tell Schlack, like, yo, he's been talking so much shit online.
I will back you up, dude. Yes, he did. Yes, he fucking did.
I'm gonna Frankenstein a bunch of clips where it's just
he was sharing that pic of you in your 20s on Twitter.
That is bullshit. I love Schlack.
Still talk shit. Talk shit. Get Schlacked. Oh, that's a new one. He teams up with BC. There it is.
All right.
Is that it for today?
I believe that is it. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and be sure to tune in to all the great content we have coming up. I know there were a couple newbies watching us tonight, so be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And
Slash your own video says, great show. My most anticipated top 10. Happy to be here. Dying Breed. Rest in peace, Briscoe.
Yes.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Let's go watch some Briscoe Brothers tag team matches tonight in his honor. Personal favorite, the Briscoes versus El Generico and Kevin Steen in Ladder War. Great fucking film. Or great film. Great match.
Yeah. They did. I was at a show where they took on the SAT. I don't know if you remember Joel and Jose Maximo.
Yeah.
That was good. That's like early shit, but my God, 20 plus years of, and not just that, Jay Briscoe had some bangers.
Well, dude, his singles career was really good. He had an amazing one-on-one with Kevin Steen right before Kevin Steen went to WWE.
Oh, yeah, man. That's a horrible loss, and what a great guy. I mean, I didn't know him, but I have met him at shows, and always seemed like a cool dude.
I did see a few people bring up like his comments, but he went around apologizing to people. So honestly, on my behalf, if you're talking shit about him, fuck you. He's a good dude.
Yeah, if you're shit talking him on Twitter, you can,
especially when he's trying to fucking grow. Like he was trying.
Not even that. It's a fucking character within a promo. For fuck's sake, it's not like he was doing this shit out of character. I hate fucking goddamn wrestling Twitter. We already touched upon that earlier. But rest in peace, Jay Briscoe, and my heart goes out to his family.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, guys, that's all we got. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you back here next time.
All right.
Peace out, y'all.
I'm screwed.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. And I was going to make a Triumph of the Wills jokes for Dan, but never mind. I'll see you in Disneyland.